I'm curious, what is it about Taylor that makes her so special? I just think that she is a unique, special talent. What's Jack's perspective on it?
The easiest answer is that she is a brilliant songwriter, which is a
Mm,
title that is given to a lot of people, but very few of them are.
yeah.
So it's not about comparing, but there's not many people in her position that actually do it like she does. She
Mm,
wants to tell a story. She sits down and writes it.
mm,
She's also a brilliant producer and has a brilliant singer, has all these ideas. But the core of it, I think, the core of what completely separates her from the pack is she doesn't need anything or anyone to
mm.
craft a song, and I think that's why through all these different eras of her and the way she moves into different genres, the rock is her song.
Mm,
Um, and I think on this latest album, that's becoming more and more evident to people. It's always been evident to the fans, but because that's all it is. A person who can sit down and take themselves, put it into a song. It's so simple, yet there's so few people who can do it the way
yeah.
she can do it. So, I mean, you could go on about her forever because there's so many fascinating angles of what she does, but she's a songwriter in the truest sense.
Mm, mm.
Has a thought, has an experience, writes it as a song. It lives forever in that way, and she's obsessed with the craft, so she's honing it and she's honing it and she's honing it, and as people should, she's becoming a more and more brilliant songwriter, which you
And
don't
that's
often
where the consistency of just my journey with her as a fan, it doesn't matter what genre, as you pointed out, no matter what genre she's in, no matter what element she's bringing in, bring in Kendrick, bring in whomever, do what, there's something so good about, now that you explain it, there's a Taylor Swift kind of quality standard that is
yes.
songwriting that is evident no matter what she tries. And I think
She does
she's
not
fearless.
write. She does not write bad songs because she's a real songwriter. So if you're a real songwriter, you might write some songs that are here, here, here. Not they're not going to be here. You might
Mm-hmm.
miss the point or miss some people, whatever. But you're not going to write I don't think there's bad Joni Mitchell songs. I don't think there's
Mm-hmm.
bad Bob Dylan songs. I think they're playing with all these different concepts. And so I think what she proves is how rare it is to be of that level and to be that kind of songwriter.
On this last album, I was noticing, I can't remember the song titles, but I'll guess Tears That Ricochet or something, and then
Yeah, August.
Angry, I think. But a couple of the songs that you produced, I noticed that there were a couple of songs that you produced where the melody went within a 3 or 4 octave range, and I've noticed a lot of times when you're involved in a project, you don't do the classic just keep the melody within an octave and a half. And I really liked her low notes, and I think you recorded it. The song I'm thinking about. It's one of the first four that you produced.
Yeah, I know what
You
you're
really
talking about.
see.
And she really gets.
And man, that low note just resonated with me. It had as much motion in those 3 or 4 notes as I've heard in just complete songs before. And kudos to you on that. Was that an organic flow, or was that an intentional element?
Yeah, she moves a lot into, like, she's a brilliant falsetto. She can go really low. She has a wild range. So, um, and then even in recording, like, a lot of time will, maybe we're doubling something uh, as a high octave in the falsetto, and then in the process of doubling it, it sort of becomes the lead in the mix. So there's just I personally just love a sort of very quiet falsetto, either 2 or 4 tracked. Like, it just is heaven to me. Like, there's very few times when I don't like it. So I do find myself a lot, especially. I mean, this is just a broad concept, but when a chorus hits hard, and this is some Prince theory, having a pretty relaxed, breathy falsetto as the lead vocal while the band's playing is so cool and leaves so much space to actually hear what everyone's doing. Like there's this idea that if we have a big chorus, we got to be shouting the big chorus, but like, so I think I've just gotten a lot into that, and then maybe it sort of leads to this idea of backups becoming leads, depending on what you're pulling out in the mix.
Yeah, that's a classic rock and roll technique. You don't need anything in the chorus; just the singer keeps singing.
Yeah, I mean, the myth of the chorus is one that has ruined producers, mixers, songwriters forever, because it's like, I mean, some of the greatest songs of all time have these like they have these like tag choruses.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just sort of like I talk about Born to Run a lot. It's sort of like the whole chorus is pretty much Tramps Like Us, but Baby We Were Born to Run. He just sort of like tags it. Like it just sort of like throws the line out there, and then you just go and play out. Like, it's a daily practice to think of all the things that are in your head of what a chorus has to be, what a mix has to be, what a vocal to sound like, and then to daily throw them out and try to do different things.